Okay guys, so I think it's a good time to talk about PC accessories. Well, why? Because most probably you are not going to buy any right now. So all the things that I'm going to talk about in this video might help you in the future when you're going to actually buy PC accessories. Well, PC accessories are one of those things where you can just spend a little less money when you're on a budget while buying a PC. You can just go on and buy the cheapest accessories that you can get and then just upgrade progressively. Well, the problem is not there. The problem comes when you realize that you can buy one item every few months. Well, I'm a college student, so I don't have any extra earning source, so I have to save my pocket money to buy something that I want. So when you can buy one item every few months, it gets really confusing on which to upgrade first. So in this video I'm going to help you with that. So if you stick to the end, then I think it might help you a lot, and you might want to share this video with your friend so that if they are confused, they will get the tips on which to get first. Okay, buying PC components gets confusing really fast because there's keyboard, there's mouse, there's gamepad, there's graphics tablets, there's microphones and speakers and stuff like those. So you might be thinking that, well, keyboard is the biggest piece of equipment and I can just get a keyboard and it will give me good RGB effects. Then if you're thinking like that, then I will say you that please stop thinking like that. There's more to think about. Well, I actually thought like that and bought my keyboard first, and I kind of regretted that afterwards. So the first thing that you should actually upgrade is your headphone. Well, why? Well, headphone is the equipment that stays on our ear for a long period of time. Like if you're using mouse, you can just take your hand off. If you're using keyboard, you can just take your hand off, but you cannot just take your headphone off because you might miss a lot. So the first item you should get is a really good headset. And there's a lot of health hazards when using a cheap headset, so just get a good headset as fast as possible. Now my point is not on the health hazards, it's just that when you get a good headset that gives you really good music listening experience, then if you also play online games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, PUBG or CSGO, then you can get that pinpoint footstep accuracy that lets you easily detect enemies. So obviously get the headphone as fast as possible. And also if you get a good headset, you will get a free microphone that lets you contact while playing games or in Discord with your friends. So obviously do get a headset first. Well, if you're going to do graphics designing, or if you're doing graphics designing or thinking of doing animation 2D or 3D, the first item you should get is actually a graphics tablet. You might have some problem for first few days of using this, but after that you will realize that your workflow changed a lot, and trust me, you will thank me for that. Well, as we have that out of the way, the second item you should get is a mouse. A really good mouse if you can, because well, we spend most of the time while using PC with our mouse, and if you're watching this video with your PC, then most probably chances are that your one hand is actually on the mouse. So obviously get a good mouse, because obviously you will get that good sensor, good grip, and obviously you will get that good pointer speed. And obviously do get the mouse and also a good mouse pad, because a good mouse is nothing without a good mouse pad. So obviously do get a mouse and a mouse pad as the second item. Now before you get a good mouse, you want to think that if you use your PC just for gaming, and if you actually enjoy your PC gaming with a gamepad, well, if that's the case, then instead of mouse you might want to get a really good gamepad, because cheap gamepads have their own flaws and you might be like, okay, wait. Okay, now as I was talking about gamepads, well, cheap gamepads have their own flaws, like you might not be able to use them properly on certain games. That's why I have so many tutorials on how to use how to use your gamepad on certain games. So there's actually, you have to use some tricks to do that, but if you get a good gamepad, you will not have to do any of those. So obviously do get a good gamepad if you need. Now the last item you should upgrade is your keyboard. Now you might ask, why is the keyboard last item? It's the biggest piece of equipment on the table, and well, the thing is, our head, like our muscle, just remembers where all the buttons are after using a few days. So if you're using a normal keyboard, your hand will remember where which button is located after a few days, so you won't have that much of a problem with a normal keyboard. But with headphones and mouse, cheap ones just don't perform that good. Now after that you can obviously get a speaker, then you can also get a LED strip, but those are not mandatory. But the four items that I told you about are obviously mandatory. Now of course I'm not forcing you to buy in this manner. You can buy, like if you want a keyboard, then of course you can buy a keyboard. You want a mouse, you can of course buy a mouse. It's just my suggestion that you get the headphone first, then the mouse, then the keyboard, because Well, this is my experience while gaming and other stuffs, that I realized that headphone is actually the most important piece of equipment that most people actually don't realize. So I just wanted to sort this out. So well, I guess this was it for today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.